Hello, and Happy New Year. I haven't done one of these for a long time, since the election actually. But Happy 2017 and happy upcoming full moon. We have a full moon on here in San Francisco. It will be on January 12th at 3:34 a.m. So in other parts of the world, it will be on the 11th in the late evening hours. Even actually, on the West Coast, on the East Coast, it will be, well, I guess just at the very beginning of Thursday, January 12th. This full moon comes right at the top of a particularly difficult aspect, a new difficult aspect, just after we got rid of one old difficult aspect. The aspect is a T-square between Jupiter and Uranus, which are in opposition to each other, and Saturn, which is squaring both of them. And the sun and the moon get caught into it, forming a grand cross. It's a tough aspect, and it's not helped any by the fact that Mars, the planet that rules our energy, is in Pisces, a sign that it doesn't like to be in. And it is making a difficult aspect to Saturn. Mars, Saturn, difficult aspects are never happy things. They exhaust us. We feel exhausted during them. We can be prone to accidents or injury or sickness. It's in again, Pisces is involved, so all this rain that we're having out here in California certainly fits the kind of drastic Piscean aspects we have here. But generally, anytime there's a lot of strong aspects, which there are right now, all of the planets kind of form into just a few aspects, a few interrelations. There's going to be some people who are doing quite well with it. Some people who feel that a lot is moving and a lot is feel kind of on top of the world. And there's going to be a whole group of others that feel quite differently about it. Also, given the fact that we have two fairly difficult aspects, it leans the energy a little bit more on the feeling difficult part. And given how much we've been through astrologically, as well as socially and politically, there can be a kind of exhaustion that sits in, and a kind of meanness as well. With these particular aspects, we can feel that the universe, that life itself, is capricious and unreliable. And, kind of God or whatever forces that be in our own small life, as well as in the bigger picture, acts on its own, that the whatever the powerful forces in existence are, that these couldn't care less about us, or they're operating on their own scheme, without really taking our needs into account, and mostly just messing with us. Life can feel burdensome, like if this is good, who needs this? It can feel like there's just that life is just a matter of just kind of trudging onward with these like ongoing burdens and responsibilities in the face of that's the best. On the other extreme, things are depressing. There can be a sense of despair or anger, frustration. The fact that the world, that there are forces at work in the world that do not have your best interest, or even a kind of general good at heart. And life can feel hard. It can just feel hard. There can be illness. There can just be physical difficulties. Generally speaking, the astrological mood is not one of ease and jumping up and enjoying things. So what to do? In circumstances like this, it's important to, I think what we need is a little metaphysical and perhaps actual aromatherapy. It's a kind of stop and smell the roses moment. So stop and smell the roses is a phrase that, because it's so trite, we just kind of dismiss as meaning like, yeah, enjoy what there is. It's good to be enjoyed. But if you think about what it is and what I said about aromatherapy, is like you do not have to deny the things that are bad. In fact, either sinking into them, into a feeling of despair and anger, that will ultimately be destructive. And avoidance techniques or escapism, this is not the way either. What you need to do is broaden, allow some other element in. Allow yourself to perceive some other element that is already in the picture, that just is a part of the picture. The same way that a rose, although admittedly not usually in the winter, is also just part of the picture. Now you can think, you've got to trim it, you've got to weed around it, or prune it, or deadhead it, but it is also something that is just there, beautiful, and emitting a fragrance. So to notice the fragrance of what just is, to allow yourself to let that provide some sense of beauty and relief and some other element, not to change what is difficult, but to bring a broader sense of perspective and even a kind of uplifting or relief, much like a glass of water on a hot day, or when you're struggling, hauling some burden, a drink of water, or a respite. It is a respite, but it is a respite that is also draws your attention to a presence that is available. And that even in the face of all that truly may be difficult and hard to accept and frustrating and even, evocative of despair, that there is good. And there is good in this world. There is beauty. There is something else that also just exists beyond the realm of your conscious mind, the way that a smell is just something there that you can take in and enjoy, so that you too can then be the one to be that change for someone else, to offer the drink of water or the kind word or the smile. These things don't change the difficulties that we face, and they don't get rid of the stressful or demanding circumstances that we might find ourselves in. But they do shift our perspective, or at the very least, allow us something else that brightens up the picture. That is what this full moon offers. Things do get easier with the new moon coming up on the 27th. But in the meantime, we have a few weeks to go through. So stop and smell the roses, or find some sort of metaphysical aromatherapy. Talk to you soon.